Match preview, Manchester United versus Chelsea. Is this a must-win game or a must-not lose? Get involved as usual with your own opinions in that comment section and smash that like button for a win on Saturday. Let's start with Ruben Amorim's press conference first, and let's touch on the reports about Sir Jim Ratcliffe flying into Carrington to have several meetings.
Yeah, well, £50 million. It's obviously given him a landing space with an helicopter. Fair play to him. Listen, that was a meeting. It was a scheduled meeting. Ruben Amorim talked about it. Didn't disclose anything, and that's how I see it. That's the way it should be.
He was actually laughing and joking. I've seen a calmness to Ruben Amorim in this press conference, even saying that he was offered a new contract by Ratcliffe.
Yeah, well, he knows the press are just waiting to go at him. Yes, and he was calm. He was joking, and that's what you want from your manager, because what's coming up, right, is high-octane football, and around it, it's going to come piling in. So he was calm.
Yeah, fast, athletic team is Chelsea, and they're going to cause their own problems. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in that back three, the midfield, and the forward three places. But he did mention that Cunha and Mason Mount are fit, so they will be in the squad for Saturday. Good news, that.
Yeah, very, very good news. I think they're back quicker than I thought, to be honest with you. I look at it, I think they'll be on the bench. I don't think they'll go straight into it when you look at what's happened previously with players returning from injury. So good news going forward, and we'll need them, definitely need them. 3 games here, 3 must-win games.
Got to say, I think if they are 100% fit, I think he actually starts both of them. I've noticed in his press conference and many other press conferences, like a lot of yous out there, he mentions aggression. I think Cunha and Mason Mount do give that. They like to close players down, get a tackle in, and they can also create things themselves. Mason Mount, for me, he does the basics right, keeping that ball ticking from side to side, 1 touch, 2 touch passing. And we know Cunha, he can create something out of nothing and create things for his teammates as well. So for me, if they are 100% fit, you've got to throw him in, and I do think Sesko will come off the bench.
Well, if they're 100% fit, get him in. You only have to look there at Mazraoui. He was brought in, out for a long time, straight in against Manchester City. He might start him. If he does, fantastic for United, because this Chelsea side, they are fit and we'll need him. He talks about aggression. Well, you need aggression, and he did say we need more aggression at the back and we need more aggression up front. We have to be more clinical, and that has been the problem with Manchester United, not clinical enough.
Got to be honest with you, though, that even with mentioning Cunha and Mason Mount to start, I don't think any of us will probably know, really, and have like a finger on the pulse as to say this is going to be the definite starting 11 for Manchester United. So there will be probably 1 or 2 surprises, but I do think Mazraoui might actually start this one, to be honest with you, over Ahmad, and he comes off the bench like Sesko, in my opinion.
Well, when you look at the team, what starts, I don't think I've ever picked the starting 11 and got it right. You just don't know with this manager. You don't know, because he plays players out of position and everything like that. But he did talk about one player, what's back training. He's out on the pitch, doing light training, and that is Martinez. He says, I need this player back in this squad. He gives everything. So for me, it looks as though he's on the road to recovery. Yeah. You're looking maybe after the international break, you might start to see him get back up to full training. Ruben Amorim there, he wants him back. He knows how vital he is. And also to the squad, talks about him being around the place when training's finished and everything. He really looks as though he could do with him back. And I think he's an excellent player. And I always said he could be the future Manchester United captain.
Like you just mentioned on Mazraoui there, from our wing-back positions going forward, I need to see better. I need to see better end product in this game. I do feel like Dorgu, especially in that first half, drifted a little bit in the second half like most of the players. He did take up some good positions, good crossing positions as well to set up other teammates, but it was always just that final ball, that final pass, not just from him, but a lot of the forward players. So in terms of the attacking sense near their box, I want to see end product, and a good one as well.
I look at these players in this team over the last few games we've played, and they tend to drift in certain parts of the game, and that the only time I've not seen it, where I've seen work rate, aggression and everything right through it, was actually when we got beat against Arsenal. The other games, the players seem to get like over-involved and then suddenly lose control. So for me, they have to control this game. Chelsea are fast, they're physical. What I see with Chelsea, they are very aggressive in the tackle, even off the ball. They give no quarter. And Man United have got to stand up for it. One thing I want to see is United getting behind their defence. I'm not really seeing that this season, and they have to start doing that. And you mentioned Dorgu. Dorgu has to get behind, and he needs someone to back him up. So if Kuna's playing, there's your ideal foil.
I do think he will look at the game between Manchester City and United, Enzo Maresca, and I think you will see in this game, though, Chelsea's wide players going inside, trying to make up the bodies in that midfield area. And I was thinking before his press conference, will we get to see Mainu starting this one alongside Agati or Casemiro in midfield? But with that news on Cunha and Mount being available in the squad, I'm not too sure if we'll see him now, and we might just see him off the bench later on in the game. But like I mentioned earlier on, is this a must-win game or is it a must-not-lose? Because judging from Ruben Amorim in his press conference, it sounded to me, I don't know about yous out there, as though Ratcliffe has given reassurances, though, out this start to the season already.
Yeah, he seems to have given reassurances. We know what Ratcliffe wants. We know what Manchester United need. We need Champions League. That's what he wants. Do I believe it? Well, that's another story. I just look at what's going on here now. We have to win. You look at the situation within 4 points. We have to win. Do I expect us to win? I think we should win this game. If we get a draw, I'm happy with that, because then you go into the Brentford away game and you go into the Sunderland game. And me and Kieran spoke about it yesterday. 7 points out the next 3 games is a must. If we get a win, absolutely fantastic. We will be celebrating like you wouldn't believe. So for me, a win, that's what I'm going for. I do believe we will win 2-0.
Yeah, I'm all aboard that deluded train that Manchester United are going to win, and I'm first on it. And that comes every single match day. Yeah. But I'm just looking at the game overall, and we've said it through the week, like you've just mentioned. I don't think a draw is the end of the world. I'm looking more towards that Brentford and Sunderland game to see improvements there. But this is going to be a big game. The spotlight is firmly on the manager and the players in this game. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester United, just.
Yeah, well, 2-1, 2-0. Doesn't really matter. If we get a win, it'll be fantastic. I just got to mention there, he was asked about Garnacho, what he thinks about Garnacho. And what I liked is he just turned round and totally dismissed the question and moved it on. And that's what you want to hear. Not interested in Garnacho, interested in Manchester United. And let's put everything in it. And he's concentrating. I did like his press conference.
Yeah,
he was upbeat. He seemed relaxed. And that's what you want. He's give the energy. He's not give that panicking thing. And that's what you don't want. Yeah. We've had a few games, some losses, a win, a draw, but let's now go on a run. That's what you want. And it's a run we've not seen under Ruben Amorim, but it is desperately needed.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I've been critical recently of Ruben Amorim in his press conferences and post-matches, but I will give him his flowers here going into a big game with the spotlight firmly on him. I think a lot of what he said today and his manner, his character, it was all good going into a game, and we should be positive. And you've got to look at Chelsea as well. How many times do we see teams playing in Europe midweek, and then come the Premier League game on the actual weekend, they don't start off firing, you know, they're still a bit lethargic trying to get into games. So things like that we need to capitalise on. We've had the full week, we've had the rest, we've had time to prepare. So let's go and get that win. Let us know what your thoughts and opinions are in that comment section, and smash that like button for a Manchester United win on Saturday. We'll see you straight after the game with a match reaction from my dad Tony and Webby as well, so get that notification on. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you.